Good morning and good afternoon, everywhere, wherever you are in the world. I guess some people have it night. We also get people from Europe and India, and I just love it because we get to share so many things here, Sherry, on LinkedIn Live that otherwise wouldn't come across that easily. So, welcome, welcome. We have Sherry Mills as our guest today, and she has a phenomenal story to share. And because she has so many things that has changed in her life, we're going to do it in parts. So let's do part one today, right, Sherry?
That's right.
Because we can't just share all in one time. So share a little bit background about like who you are and what's your story growing up. Like I would love to hear that.
Well, I'm Sherry Mills. I'm in Pompano Beach, Florida. Background is telecom, basically most all my life until a few years ago when I jumped into the world of CBD and now into wellness. And my background, as far as my childhood being raised, because today we're going to talk about cholesterol. I've been predispositioned for it all my life, and it's family hereditary stuff, right? I grew up in your everyday middle class family. My mom always tried to cook us well rounded meals. You had your starch, you had your vegetable, you had your meat, and sometimes salad. And salad was always iceberg lettuce, which we know has no nutritional value.
It's
um,
literally just crunch.
oh, yeah, that's it. And I grew up not really appreciating or liking vegetables. I think it was the way my mother cooked them. We didn't have kale and all that, but we'd have spinach. But she'd cook it to death in a pot on the stove, and it was just mush. I mean, I'd do anything to get rid of it. I'd try to put it in my mouth, try to excuse myself, go to the bathroom to get rid of it. I'd try to feed it to the dog under the table. She wasn't going to let me and my brother off that dining room table until we were done with our dinner. And it was painful. Vegetables were horrible in our house. I
I
think
think
green beans
it's
was the
got
only
a
thing.
lot. Sherry, but don't you feel that that's how a lot of people grew up, and it's got a lot to
Absolutely.
do with how they were prepared?
Mm-hmm.
Like in
Yes,
my
it is.
household, like just compared to yours, like the one thing that was still the same in both the household is you can't leave the table until the food was over, right? But then actually wanted more to the point where my mom had to tell me that the food is for everybody. Gotta stop eating. That was the problem of my household. Sometimes we would make a big pot of veggies and I would eat all of it. So my mom would have to cook again.
Well, that's awesome that you were raised on that. What kind of vegetables? How'd she cook them? Were they fresh? Were they steamed? Were
Yeah,
they
she would keep them
roasted?
like half crunchy with a lot of, we would saute them, we would add a lot of curry powder, and oh my God, they were so good. So that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And
uh,
my mom had high cholesterol, and so I think she thought she was eating right, and that was their mentality, I guess, at that time. And nutrition was a very basic knowledge. It wasn't what we know now, right?
right.
And so when I was in my early 20s, I'm 61. And when I was in my early 20s, they put me on statins. I
Wow.
mean, I tried everything, diets, changing, exercise, and I was very active. I mean, I was very active. I danced, I did all sorts of stuff. N- Nothing did anything for me, right? So, what was it, about a year ago? You and I,
Yeah, about a year ago, not too long ago, huh,
yeah,
Sherry? We met
and
in Pompano Beach, well, at the event in Boca Raton that we're doing again, which I'm really excited about. But a year ago we met, and then you were just exploring opportunities out there because you're big time into CBD, and know what a powerful effect it has on the CB1 and CB2 receptors and the
sure.
parasympathetic activation. So kind of your journey started from understanding CBD and how it works in the body, and there was so much more that we need to learn, right? That's how you started
Right. And
on
so
this path.
when I met you and we got into the biophotonic scanner and learning more about nutrition and about functional medicine and about how to eat right, truly eat right, and make changes in your body. And there was something about putting my hand on that scanner. I really made changes. And so, and together with several of our partners, we created Functional Wellness Network. So many things have grown this year for both of us. And it's very exciting. And through
Yeah.
that, I've made so many different changes. I'm now not on statins.
Yeah. So wait for that because that's very crucial on how to introduce this. So I'm going to share our screen so we have some talking points here. And basically, I'm going to make sure that we navigate through this. So do you see my screen, Sherry?
I do. There it is.
Okay, perfect. I want to put it on the slideshow mode. Alrighty, Sherry. So let's talk about your journey with cholesterol because growing up, you didn't know what you didn't know.
Right.
And in general, like what was the gap that was between like you understanding like what it meant to have high cholesterol from your diet to actually completely changing things, and why did it take you so long? That's also one question from my
Right.
end.
Well, it was never really talked about. I knew my mom had issues. I didn't know what all they were when I was growing up. Obviously, when they put me on statins, they tried to say, this will lower your cholesterol. You need to, they didn't really talk about nutrition as being an option. They said be more active, cut out fried foods. I think that's the only thing that I was ever told. Right. And so,
So every time you went to the doctor, so
yeah,
how did you find out you have high cholesterol at such a young age? Like what was
at the
the
doctor's, through a blood test.
okay at your regular checkups?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any symptoms that led to getting that cholesterol labs done?
Not really. Um, I really didn't have any physical symptoms that I recognized, I guess, because I was always on the go. I don't really stop and think.
Hmm.
Um, I just keep pushing on. Um, but what I've learned about nutrition and the risk factors and stuff for cholesterol is really hard, right? So there's different things. I've been a smoker almost all my life, still trying to dial that all the way off, which has been a challenge. um, I was always physically active until probably I've had a few accidents over the course of my years that's really affected my health as far as my back and my joints and such. So it's not something that I'm doing as much as I would like to, because of the fear of hurting my back again or pulling
Right.
another. You know, I
It's
mean,
like
it
a
was
limited movement
because
thing
there was a
because
time in 2019 I was literally in an inverted chair for 6 weeks. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. So,
that leaves you with a lot of trauma, right?
mhm. And they wanted to do surgery on my neck and my spine, and that scared me to death. So
So
now,
how did you get out of that?
well, for some reason, some of that pain went away between Christmas and New Year's, and I just take really, I'm real cognizant of my abilities. So, but doing a little brisk walking every day has helped. But if you're obese, more than likely you have high cholesterol. You can get it from family history. It does create other things in your life, such as diabetes, hypothyroidism. And at one point, I did have a hyperthyroid, or
Okay.
they told me I did. So I was on thyroid medicine for years. I took myself off because I wasn't feeling right, and I've never gone
You
back
were
on
on
it. I've
thyroid
had
medication?
another problem with it. So,
You were on thyroid medications?
mhm. And I just wasn't feeling good being on the statins and the thyroid medicine. So I kind of weaned myself off, and I never went back on thyroid. I never got told I had to be back on thyroid. So I don't know if it was just the doctor at the time, because I didn't know how to read blood tests at that time, right?
Right.
You know, you're going to them for their expertise. Um, but there's so many things that can cause cholesterol, right? With our diets, especially. I mean, today's society, especially United States, I don't think any other country eats as terrible as the people here in the United States. The fast food is three on every corner. I know it's easy and quick. I'm not going to say I never do it. Probably down to once a month now, just out of
Wow, that's
necessity.
phenomenal from
Hmm.
it being regular in your life. So, one thing, Sherry, I'll also want to add is a lot of concepts are not even understood properly with the cholesterol
Hmm.
because I've looked at studies where, like, of course, very high triglycerides and cholesterol is not good because that's just a thing, right? Like, there is a normal range and we want to stay in that. But like heart disease and cholesterol are not as easily linked as they're trying to show. So that's also a thing. And then, of course, you want to keep all your labs in check, just irrespective of what it's doing. But what studies is showing, all in all, my whole point with this was that it's basically all the bad diet causing inflammation. That's leading
Sure,
to a lot.
sure, absolutely. It is what you are, what you eat. You know, and I've heard that for years, but it never rang true until this past year.
So my
And
question was, like family history, you've been told that you have familial hypercholesteremia, which is a genetic problem. Then how in the world within 1 year you were able to completely change that? You know, my question.
um, I think I have some on a slide what I did. Um, I basically cut out all fried foods. Like I said, I might be bad once a month. I love Italian food. I now don't treat myself too much Italian food. I try to limit that a few times a month. Um, I also do at least 30 minutes of something, whether it be stretching, yoga, walking, biking. I try
Or
to get it.
even gardening or like cleaning. You love, for
I mean,
you.
I'm always cleaning, right? So
I
as long
love
as
it because every time I come to your house, you're like getting the backyard ready, or you're getting your
I love
hands
the
on.
gardening.
Your hands on.
So I made those changes. I added a lot of berries to my diet. So one thing I did is I make what I call my antioxidant shake every day, and it's blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries, and a banana with
Nice.
some omega. I've got some omega in there. I've got some green superfoods for my gut health, and I also do a plant-based protein powder. And so I have
Nice.
that shake every day, and that
And then
keeps.
you use a non-dairy
I use
like
rice milk. Yeah, I use
rice milk.
rice milk. So and it gives me good energy and makes me feel good and clean when I drink this. And it's I think it's really helped bring um, my antioxidant level up because, and we all know, and this is something I've learned this past year, is the higher the antioxidant level, the better
So
your health,
protection
and the more you can protect yourself from other diseases.
and
But
you
what I
have a way to measure it now, and you're actually like blown away with how much it has helped you, right? Like we're
right,
going to do another episode on how your skin quality and your eyes and your hair and your nails and all that has changed. But today we'll keep it for cholesterol because people need to know that a lot of things that you've been sold is not what you have to always buy, right?
no. And I'll tell you, probably the making those small changes, right, helped tremendously. But I think what put me over the edge and really benefited me was taking the supplements, the Pharmanex supplements. It I took one of their supplements that's supposed to help. maintain your cholesterol. And I was taking that. I doubled up. I took myself off statins. So let's get clear here. I was at 310 was my cholesterol level. They had me on 80 milligrams of Advarastin.
Atorvastatin, Lipitor.
Yes. And I took myself off of that.
80 milligram is
80 milligrams.
Very
That's
high
crazy.
side effects. Did you have muscle pain and stiffness and all that?
It just
Did you feel your cognitive abilities were declining, memory loss?
Mm-hmm. And the inflammation in my body was just painful all the time. But I took myself off because I wanted to make sure that if I was going to work with a company like Pharmanex, I wanted to make sure their supplements worked, right? So I took myself off everything, which I was only on that. And
that was your own decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did it on my own.
We had a whole session about talking on how to get this problem solved. But then that was the first thing, was you decided and took charge of doing this yourself.
Absolutely, I did.
It takes a lot of guts and courage to do that.
It does, but I've been through so much over the years that I thought, well, if this is really what they say it is, it's really backed by all this science and it's really this wonderful product.
Well, we also looked at the studies, we had all the natural database supporting it. So you have the confidence because you know how to evaluate things now.
Right. So I doubled up on their supplement. Instead of one at night, I took two. And within 3 months, I was down to 160. And that's huge.
Yeah, I was waiting for that number to come out because
oh my gosh,
that's huge for us to like. This is so powerful, Sherry. We can save a lot of people's loved ones from rhabdomyolysis, which is losing kidneys from overdose of toxicity from these statins. I mean, I see it all the time. Like, I have an uncle who ended up in the hospital with he lost his kidneys overnight because of high dose statin.
Wow. It feels so good to be off of them. It really does.
You're like a new person in just 1 year, Sherry. When I met you in Boca last year to now, like, it almost feels like it's 10 years that I've known you, and 10 years of like having a new person. Like, in 1 year, your growth has been as good as almost a decade worth.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel better now than I did 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Wow. Can you believe that? And you're active, you're a business owner, you're helping a lot of pharmacies and clinics. Like, we're doing trainings, we're doing events. We did an event in Dallas. That was like, we were on our feet, and you had some days more energy than me. I was like, Sherry, you were crushing this, man.
I was in my element, man. I love shows.
Yeah, I think you rocked it, and it's it's fun working with someone who's upbeat, high energy, dedicated. That's how we onboarded so many independent pharmacy owners, and thanks to our power partner Lisa Bass, she puts up an amazing show.
She really does.
So
looking forward to attending it again this year.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. If you are a pharmacy owner, you've got to meet with Dr. Lisa Bass and at least have a chat, or she has a lot of groups that she speaks in. So that's one thing I would wanted to bring out is appreciate our partners here.
Absolutely, it's all about our partnerships.
Absolutely, and now look what we have. We have this whole organization we're building together with 90 to 100 other clinicians.
Yeah. I mean, in just a year, look what we've done.
1 year. If we can have that much growth in 1 year, now think about it, like what's coming. Because all out of these 90 to 100, like almost half of them are actively also helping other clinicians. So it's like a domino effect.
Sure.
So Sherry, my closing thoughts. We have about a few more minutes. So, what led you to becoming a nutritional health coach and getting certified in that area? Like, I know you recently started your school in that, and you're about to get your course done maybe in a month or so. So, why did you pick that, and how do you like to position yourself in the marketplace now?
Because of the changes in myself, it's really brought home that this is the energy I want to put into my life. And I want to help others to better health. You know, it can be small changes, it can be big changes, but to be there to help guide them to feeling better, to maybe get off some of these medications that are bringing them down and driving. Most medications just mask the problem anyway. So if we can find the core problem that's causing what's really causing your ailment, so we can get you off the medications and get you on
You
a
wanted
path.
to finally become like a practitioner, a coach. So you took that route and got the
Mhm.
certification that we have through the affiliation with Functional Wellness Network. And it's not even that expensive. Is what I love is, you could, sky's the limit these days. And I think you should send out your message on what you would like to tell our audience. Like they should reach out to you, and it'd be a powerful partnership like ours that you can continue making there.
Absolutely. I'd love to talk to anybody that's looking to feel better, look better, be better
Do better
overall.
overall, make more
Yeah.
money,
Yeah. You know,
right?
if you're looking to grow as an individual, health, wellness, mind, spirit, I would love to meet you and talk.
Absolutely. So it's been a pleasure working with you, and I want to continue working with you for years to come, because power partners are people that you can partner with for a long, long time and thrive and
Absolutely.
grow and help each other out. So I'm just happy that, like it has changed your life, and now you're set to change many, many, many other lives. And this is just going to be a phenomenal journey. I think more people should really consider like doing things that are more empowering like this. So
Hmm.
then we feel more fulfilled, even though in the beginning we might not be making that paycheck kind of money. But, over the time it
But
comes.
it's in your heart. It's in your heart. And what brings you joy in your heart brings you joy in life.
Yes. So you feel more heart-centered entrepreneur, right? Who's not
Oh,
trying to
absolutely.
just make any
Absolutely.
sales or running after money. You're just helping a lot of people, and their lives are changing, and money is just the exchange of energy.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
wow, powerful story. Sherry, thank you for sharing, coming on the show. We can definitely use this show to kind of show other people that what we can do. And I'd love to bring you back on in maybe a month or so.
Absolutely.
um, let's do the have you change your look, your skin quality, and your vision has completely changed, your hair. Like I think all of that, like a lot of women out there want to know, because, or even men, I mean,
Oh,
it,
absolutely.
feeling good is not just for women,
No.
it's, yeah, like men should also take care of themselves, because
Well,
self-love.
find you find they are now more than they used to because we know more. But if there's something that's not right, that's still imbalanced in your body, things aren't going to work right or look right. So it's all about looking at the whole picture.
Absolutely. In the beginning, like it might feel a bit challenging because you have changes to make. That's why we have a way to not overwhelm you, right?
Mhm.
Like this whole 1 year progress you have, it wasn't overwhelming because you did it in pieces.
Right.
So I know you're going for a concert today. Like, have a great time. Look, you're, mobile, living the life, having time of your life, and it's just amazing to see that. Like, the time that we are here, we can make the
Mhm.
best out of it. But for that,
Absolutely.
we need ourself, and to have ourself, we have to take the proper measures, and we need a coach, or we need someone to guide us.
Absolutely.
So
It's made a world of difference having our group and having all these this new large family that we all love each other and care for each other and support each other, and it's a beautiful thing.
yeah, and I mean, things are not always perfect, but we still make it work,
That's right.
right? But it's been a wonderful journey, and we can't wait for you to actually, thriving even more and more. Like, I love it. Like, now you're taking care of yourself, you have yourself, which makes you even more present in your business, because like health and energy and all that is nothing but in a way money, because now you can put in more into what you are passionate about, and then that passion can bring you the reward you're looking for financially also.
And I
So
think that's what it all draws to, right? When you find that passion. It's taken me a long time, but when you find that passion, you're unstoppable, right? As long as you keep on your path.
right, you're in this for life. Like,
Absolutely.
this wasn't like a short-term fad
No,
business or a fad like lifestyle. This was growth. This was
right.
growth. You've grown so much, and people who didn't want to support your growth, that you've left them behind, and now you have a larger family. And
Sure.
I think that's the biggest challenge. People are so scared to leave their comfort zones.
And it's true. So many people don't support you in your immediate circle. You know, they're thinking, "What are you doing? It doesn't make sense. It's not." And it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Just keep on your path and make the changes for you. Make the changes for the people that do support you.
Yeah.
And
And you had the confidence because you knew that your newfound functional wellness network family is always there to support you.
absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome. I think we've got some great content here that will really help. And please reach out to Sherry. Her LinkedIn, will drop it in the chat with the video. And then her email is right here, Sherry at yourwellnessredefined.com, because she is here to redefine your wellness, because she did it for herself and now she wants to do it for you. It's all about her clients for her.
Absolutely, it is.
Awesome. Thank you,
I
dear.
appreciate you
And
having me on today, Monsi.
absolutely. It's been a pleasure. And have a great time at your concert. And we'll have you again. Let's talk more about what other things has changed for you. And I think that could also help a lot of people. So let's do that. And we'll see you again. Take
All
care.
right.